Coming up today on This Is True Really News.
Pew, pew. Wouldn't you love to see a fight between the guys in red shirts from the original Star Trek, who always died?
Yep.
And stormtroopers who apparently can't hit a body?
That's what I really loved about one of the episodes in The Mandalorian. Two stormtroopers are kind of sitting out doing nothing, waiting on something to happen, and they decide to shoot at a rock.
Yep.
Neither of them can hit it. It's about 10 feet away.
Yep. So that would be one of the most entertaining, but short-lived entertaining, because after a minute it gets dull watching these red guys have bullets fly by them.
They're going, hey!
I bet they can probably aim their phasers, so.
Yeah, that's likely. Anyway, coming up today, all about William Shakespeare's birthplace.
Oh, laddie.
And we're going to have some fun with that. It's going to be entertaining.
You have to listen closely, because if I say mom, I mean boss. If I say mom, I mean mom.
There you go. Please like, subscribe, and follow.
Not liking Vladdy right at this moment.
Please like, subscribe, and follow. This is True Really News. We need the help.
We need help.
Yeah, well, there is that.
I'm not sure if we could be beyond help.
Leave comments right where you find us, and we'll get a hold of them. And we love the comments. Please don't hesitate. And if you want to be snarky, be good at it, please.
My wife put up those foam eggshells all over the house. What's she trying to tell me?
Shut up. Quiet
down.
It was
like a padded room all over.
Maybe you're falling over more. Oh, if you have a longer missive, if you
Question,
have like
comment.
conundrum or snark,
attaboy.
Send that.
I knew if I got you started, you'd get there.
To TITR@netradio.network.
That was painful.
It certainly was.
I'm sure Sheila's glad she said, sure, I'll record that for you.
Well, she recorded it. I don't think she listens, because she still talks to me.
Well, she has an IQ.
Yes, she does.
And honestly, anyone with a measurable IQ?
Yep.
Is not here.
Well, she treats me a lot like she's the brain and I'm Pinky.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
Several dozen people gathered Saturday at an apartment complex along the South Carolina coast.
Ooh, this sounds like fun.
To remember a longtime resident who had passed away the day before. Well,
this suddenly got less fun.
Yeah. Walter died.
Oh, Walt.
Walter was an alligator who sunned himself beside a pond on the property for more than a decade. He was a fine gator. He was only 79 years old. He was in his prime.
Did you see the picture?
Another 70 years to go.
Did you see the picture John Hines published today on Facebook?
No.
So it's a picture of just a snout and eyeballs sticking out of the water, because he lives in Florida these days. And he goes, isn't it cute?
You're just rubbing it in now.
Isn't it cute because when alligators think they're hiding?
No.
Yeah, never.
Still not cute. Walter was killed on the property after complaints over the past week.
He was complaining?
I don't think alligators can complain.
I was going to say, it seems a little harsh for an alligator complaint.
Neighbors in the apartment complex near Charleston said Walter had been hanging around the complex for over a decade, not only earning a name, Walter, but a bit of fame. And one vigil organizer, Rebecca Cole, told the TV station that people with pets and children could walk right past him and not be bothered.
I think I was there because there was a sign at one place when I was in Orlando for a client thing. And there was a sign in the parking lot, don't feed the alligator.
That could be if you were in South Carolina.
Well, they might have moved him to Orlando or from.
Well, no, but that's what they're going to do now. Now he's going to travel a lot of places.
Alligators migrate,
As a suitcase. On a Facebook post from February of 2024, Daniel Island Village marked warmer weather after the winter chill with a photo of the alligator hanging out by the pond. The quote was, "Daylight savings time is coming to an end. It is getting warmer out. Daniel Island Village is on the verge of a beautiful blossom, and the proof is in the pudding. Walter's out."
Wow.
May he rest in gator
piece
Swamp.
is
I don't think they blew him up.
not like that
that worked
whale.
for California.
Yeah. This from the Telegraph UK. William Shakespeare's birthplace is being decolonized following concerns about the playwright being used to promote white supremacy.
We are
Stupid.
stupid species.
Shakespeare's Birthplace Trust owns buildings linked to the Bard in his hometown of Stratford-upon-Avon. The trust also owns archival material, including parish records of the playwright's birth and baptism. It is now decolonizing its vast collection to, quote, create a more inclusive museum experience. End
So
quote.
what, the only thing they've got left is Othello?
Well, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. I didn't think of that. That was wonderful. Yeah, well, how are you? It's about Shakespeare. How do you decolonize yourself?
You obviously haven't watched any Disney movies.
Apparently.
Or Netflix.
This process includes...
If they did a movie about all the redheads that gather in Ireland,
Yep.
that would be funny, because Netflix would
come apart.
Well, no, you'd end up with people who weren't natural redheads, shall we say.
Right. This process includes exploring the continued impact of empire on the collection, the impact of colonialism on world history. It's freaking Shakespeare. And how Shakespeare's work has played a part in this. Oh, my God. The trust has stated that some items in its collections and archives may contain language or depictions that are racist, sexist, homophobic, or otherwise harmful. Duh. The process of decolonizing, which typically means moving away from Western perspectives, comes after concerns were raised that Shakespeare's genius was used to advance ideas about white supremacy. The claims were made, this is so tiresome. The claims were made in a 2022 collaborative research project between the Trust and Dr. Helen Hopkins.
Way to go, Helen. Play to the swamp. Atta girl.
An academic and known nutcase at University of Birmingham.
Did you ever notice all of these people
are white women?
Are somewhere connected to a university or a school.
The research took issue with the Trust's quaint Stratford attractions, comprising the supposed childhood homes and shared family homes of Shakespeare and Anne Hathaway, his wife, because the Bard was presented as a universal genius.
He is.
Yeah, he's recognized worldwide. That's fine.
Was universal.
Yeah, I know.
I think he's a vampire or anything.
Yeah, that's true. This idea of Shakespeare's universal genius benefits the ideology of white European supremacy, it was claimed.
Well, you're fixing that pretty good.
I'd buy all of it, of course, if it weren't for folks like, Akira Kurosawa, genius Japanese filmmaker, brilliant Chinese actor Michelle Yao, Wol Soyinka, Nigerian playwright and Nobel laureate recognized by the West as a genius, widely considered one of Africa's most prominent dramatists. You notice I stayed in the whole acting genre sort of thing. Shakespeare. I was doing that on purpose. So sure. I've got a message.
I was afraid you were going to put it in Old English because I never understand. I barely comprehend New English.
To a closed-circuit feed down the Love Network to Dr. Helen Hopkins, academic and known nutcase at the University of Birmingham.
Take your meds.
Shut up!
Yeah, yours is better. Update.
Ooh, update.
An update from the news desk.
Update.
The thief who swiped the golden toilet from an English palace
has been caught.
Convicted.
Really?
Along with an accomplice, because honestly, it's a gold toilet. One guy's not carrying that.
No, it's not going to happen.
Here, we'll put it on both our jackets. What?
You're supposed down
to
your pants
it first, because let's be honest.
Stick it down your pants, carry it like a turtle.
If you don't remember, it's a toilet made of 18-karat gold. It's a work of art that functions. It functions so well, you could have it in your house if you reinforce the bathroom floor.
A lot.
For about £5 million, which
no
is like just over, what, $6 million?
What we paid for the last toilet we put
Remember
in
when the dollar used to always be the...
was close enough.
Yeah, we've killed that off. Let's print more. Michael Jones had used the fully functioning one-of-a-kind latrine as he did reconnaissance at Blenheim Palace, the country mansion where British wartime leader Winston Churchill was born.
I pooped in it. It is now mine.
The day before the theft, he was there because, obviously there's no cameras in Britain. So who would check any cameras?
Except everybody.
He described the experience of using the golden toilet as splendid.
I would think cold.
My butt would turn green, so that wouldn't be good.
No, that's if it's brass, you goob.
No, I have that reaction with gold.
Oh, do you really?
Everything but white gold, or I think if you go with like titanium, I'm okay.
Yeah, well, what did Chris make your ring out of?
Titanium.
Titanium? Okay.
Yep. Anyway, Mr. Jones returned before dawn on September 14th, 2019,
Me
with at
and
least two
Mr.
other men
Jones.
armed with sledgehammers, crowbars, and the overwhelming desire to have a hernia. They smashed a window, pried the toilet from its plumbing within 5 minutes, leaving a damaging flood in their wake as they escaped in stolen vehicles. Because, let's be honest, you don't use your own Tesla for this.
Yeah, exactly. You used the one you stole and burned down.
And now everyone's selling them.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk is crushed.
Don't think he cares.
You already paid for it, you moron.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's hurt. This was an audacious raid, which had been carefully planned and executed, said prosecutor Shannon Saunders. But those responsible were not careful enough, leaving a trail of evidence in the form of, water, I would think, for one.
Cookies?
And
Cookies?
ton of
Breadcrumbs?
forensics, CCTV footage, and phone data.
Hollandaise sauce?
Ew.
So they could remember their way.
Nope. Ew. Breadcrumbs, you bozo.
Yeah, what was I thinking?
The purloined potty.
Of course. It's the only reason people know the word purloined anymore.
We're having middle school kids
Write this
now
crap.
for the AP.
Yeah.
I've suspected that for a long time. The purloined potty has never been recovered. Most believe it no longer exists.
Yeah, likely.
Probably cut up and sold.
Yeah. You want to buy a gold crapper? No.
Now everyone with a gold ring on their hand they purchased after
This happened?
What was the date? September? After September of 2019, if you bought anything gold,
Yeah, like a tongue stud.
you might want to,
Wash your mouth out with soap.
you might. Does gold have DNA? Could they check?
Well, it can. Your DNA can scrape off on it.
Well, no, I'm wondering if gold can scrape off on you.
Well, they can tell where the gold came from. I've seen that.
Yeah, if only they could tell where it went. I mean, we know where he went.
Yeah,
in the gold.
So, what was the result here?
He's going to jail now.
Do we
He
know
and one of his accomplices.
Do we know for how long?
And they didn't tell me.
Oh, shoot. That's one thing I want to know.
Son, it's Great Britain. If you murder someone, you're going to get 30 years, which means you'll be out in 15.
Well, good behavior. And
Unless
you got to
murder
turn over the knife.
Unless you murder the king,
Yeah.
and you'll be out in 37 minutes.
Because you had a rough childhood.
Well, the king's an idiot, so maybe sure.
From the BBC.
Can I say that about King Charles? Should I apologize now?
No, you don't have to
Okay.
apologize to him for a thing. From the BBC via Ronnie Tucker, speaking of England, Japan has become a hotbed of violent food-based crimes.
I'm only a little bit worried about food-based crimes now.
A woman in Japan has been arrested for allegedly squashing a bun at a convenience store and leaving without buying the packet of bread.
That's what the guy did when he stole it? Never mind.
Authorities in the southern city of Fukuoka confirmed to the BBC that the 40-year-old had been arrested for criminal damage. The woman, who said she was unemployed, claimed she only checked the firmness of the bun by pressing lightly with my hand. according to police. They did it in the same voice, too, except they said it in Japanese.
I have no doubt they did.
The woman had allegedly touched a bag of 4 black sesame seed and cream cheese buns. That sounds wonderful.
I'm hungry now.
While the bag's wrapper was intact, police said one of the buns was damaged after she pressed it with her right thumb. The entire bag could not be sold. Police said the owner of the Lawson convenience store had I hadn't noticed that before. Lawson Convenience in Japan. Police said the owner of the Lawson convenience store had
Sounds
claimed,
much more English.
Right, and he had seen the woman squashing buns several times in the past. So she's a repeat offender.
She's a repeat bun squasher.
As the woman was leaving the shop, the owner noticed the bun was damaged, and he urged her to pay for the bread, according to police. Please, miss, could you not pay for the bread? The bag of buns cost about 180 yen, which is, what, $1.20?
See, that's why guys watch girls as they walk by. They want to make sure there was no damage.
To the buns.
Exactly.
She allegedly refused.
It's better when you explain it.
The store owner followed her for a kilometer and then restrained her because she had to get out past a kilometer, I think, in order for it to be, considered violent. The police were called to the scene and they arrested her. In recent years, police have been also cracking down on pranksters who have committed sushi terrorism in a sushi conveyor belt restaurants. Those things that they work like cafeterias. Here's what they do.
No, I don't, but okay.
They lick communal soy sauce bottles and squash sushi meat meant for diners.
They what?
Squash sushi.
No, don't. You're repeating it.
Ron, I wonder how they squashed it. Did they sit on it? Ronnie Tucker says, hang her, burn her. And Ronnie, let's have the punishment fit the crime.
Uh-oh.
Have a sumo wrestler jump on her.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
I mean, really, in the grand scheme of things.
This is one of them.
Well, not really, but we'll go with it.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.